what is up? Welcome back to another video on the channel. My acne is kind of like crazy right now. Yo, that's wild. I'm not gonna lie. I had like a little bit of soda a couple days ago, and clearly I'm starting to see the effects. Damn, my face is messed up. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. So today's video, I actually want to talk to you guys about a book I've been reading and I basically have read for a long duration of time now. And that book is actually what I have to next to me right here. This book is called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This is actually personally one of my favorite books that I've ever read, and if you've ever known me in high school, I was not a very big fan of reading, okay? I was not, like, it didn't really catch up to me until I got to my senior year of high school, because that's when I started really learning about books that actually provide value to your life. And this book right here was one of the first books I think I've ever read that actually provided me with real value. Before this, I was just reading books that they made you read in school, you know, for like your English classes and stuff like that. But once I finally got a hold of books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Atomic Habits, The 48 Laws of Power, there's a couple other books on top of my head, but there's a lot of books you can read right now that will actually give you real value once you read them. So in today's video, I want to give you guys 3 lessons that I learned from reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and hopefully you can take something away from these lessons. But without further ado, let's get right into it. The first lesson I have for you guys is basically to acquire more assets than liabilities. In the book, Robert talks a lot about the importance of acquiring assets as they allow you to build wealth, and also decreasing the amount of liabilities you have, because that will also decrease your wealth. Now, I don't actually think this only applies to wealth. I think it applies to almost anything in life, rather the purchases you make or the people you hang around with or the habits you indulge in. A lot of times, if you indulge in negative habits, there are obviously going to be more liabilities, because over time they're not going to benefit you, compared to good habits, which could be assets because they build and develop over time, which obviously is going to be a benefit to you. But in this book, he talks a lot about how a lot of people tend to purchase a lot of not necessarily good things that will actually benefit them over a duration of time, just for the sake of purchasing them. And I personally have found myself falling into this trap a lot when I was younger, because I would always see people with certain things that I wanted, and I was like, man, well, I must have to buy it because that person's buying it, so there must be nothing wrong with buying it. And then I began to understand the fact that if I sit here and purchase all these random things without any real intention of what I'm going to do with it afterwards, it's really just a waste of money. Once I developed that mindset, I began to make purchases a lot smarter and also save my money for a lot of things I know that I actually needed rather than things I wanted in that moment. Now, the next lesson I have for you guys is to basically make sure you be careful who you hang around. Now, I know a lot of us in life, we have friends that we really enjoy hanging around with, and we always want to keep these people close to us, but sometimes it's your very circle that's holding you back. And I know this is a very hard thing to hear, especially if you have very long time friends, but I promise you, unless these people are actually wanting to see benefits from you in life, it's not really worth keeping them around. Because like I said, with the assets and liabilities, there are friends that want to build you up and support you and are there for you. And then there's friends that you cannot count on and quite literally are destroying your ability to become successful. Now, in my personal case, I have a lot of friends who personally love to see me do good things in life and want to constantly support me on the way. The thing you have to understand is there's a lot of people in this world, and there's also a good amount of people that are quite literally always wanting to support others. But just like that, there's also people that want to destroy almost everyone they meet. Now, the next lesson I learned from this book is to make money work for you, not working for the money. A lot of people will work 9-to-5 jobs to the point where they're not even happy going into work, absolutely hate the people around them, and bring that energy back to the workplace or to their actual home. And I know you don't want to be one of those people, so I want to encourage you to try to find ways to make money and generate revenue without always having to actually be clocked into a job. Because once you're able to make money outside of your actual job, you're actually developing wealth, because you're not necessarily working for money, but it's still developing itself over time. And that's really what wealth is. Money you don't have to always sit there and work for, at least not in the general physical labor aspect of things. So that's all the lessons I want to give you guys for today. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, comment down below any questions you guys may have. I want to try to provide as much value to you guys as I possibly can. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy.